Here,
Yes, I am here.
please start. Thank you very much.
Okay.
行，我现在打电话让他问一下。
So yesterday, I will just give brief out what we do, what we did yesterday. We assign the relationships in our P6 schedule as per exercise number 11. So we assign all these relationships into the activities which we defined in our schedule, and then after it we pressed F9 and schedule it. So what happened with that? Our P6 activities duration got adjusted as per their relationships. So every activity got to its start and finish date as per its relationship which we assigned to it. So after it, we had an exercise to apply constraint. So in the activity, we applied a constraint on delivery of high-end condenser, and after applying after defining the constraint, we again schedule. So we again schedule it, and then we have some changes in our schedule as per constraint. Then we have discussed about the resources, what type of resources. There are three type of resources in P6, and then we defined three resources in our schedule. One was QTY, quantity, and it was material type. One was MH, man hours, it was labor type, and one is MCH, machine hours, and its resource type is non-labor. So we will continue from here, and we will keep assigning the resources as per exercise 13, and then we will move on. So I will keep assigning the resources as they are mentioned in our exercise. You can see it in this table. We have mentioned the resources against every activity and their quantity here and their curve type. I will explain you what is this curve and what's its purpose. So our first activity is our start milestone. On the milestone, we do not assign resources because it's just a event date. On this event, it shows an event, not a task. So there is no resource required for the event start milestone. Then our first activity is excavation activity. So we will add our three resources. To add the resources, you can click here on the activity and detail table, add resources, and filter by run project resources. So here you have a manage resource. So the three resources which we add, we can assign it from here. One is machine hours, one is man hours, and one is quantity. And for these resources, this resource type is what we have defined it while making these resources. This is unit per time. We also define this one 10 units per day. So what we have to define here, we have to define their budgeted units. So we have budgeted units for every resource in our exercise. We will add it as per exercise. So for activity 1010, how much labor unit we have? It is 1712.50, and material 685, and for machine hours we have 1284.38. So these are the resources, and then there is a curve we also assigning to it. So we have activity which is starting on 1st of May and it is finishing on 28th of July. 1st of May to 28th of July. We are saying that there are three resources to this activity. Either these resources are going to remain continuous on the activity, or there will be, as per some curve, their loading will be as per some curve. So we are defining a trapezoidal curves and right click here. Search curve from it. If it is already not showing here, you can assign it from here. So here we have the option now to assign a curve for every resources. So from here you can select the curve. So I will just give an introduction to curve. There are a lot of default curves already added by P6. It is backloaded curve, front loaded, different types of curves. I just opened their chart also, so you can see what is the purpose. You can add or modify curves on your own, for which you have to go to enterprise. Enterprise, you have a tab for resource curve. You can select here. So you will see that you have all the curves here, and it's trapezoidal, backloaded, bell shape, front loaded, linear. So I just open them and I will, so this is a linear curve. What will happen? This resource will divide linear equally from start to end of the activity. So for example, our activity is for 10 days and we have a resource with the budgeted unit of 1000. So 100 units will be distributed by P6 on every day if we assign the linear curve. Similarly, we have backloaded curve. In backloaded curve, you can see there is less unit assigned at the start of the activity. After 50% of the activity, there is more loaded, more sources are assigned. So for the same example, if we have 1000 units and 10 days of activity, so for first 5 days of the activity, it will assign 50 units to the activity, but for the next 5 days, it will assign 150 units. So our activity will be backloaded. More sources will be loaded to the end of the activity. It's a bell-shaped curve, front-loaded curve, more sources on the front than back. This is trapezoidal, which we have in our exercise. It is gradually increasing, then have a peak, then gradually decreasing. So we are assigning this trapezoidal curve. You can even make your own curve as per your requirement. If you have some certain requirement in the project, so you can make your own curve here. So I just name it our P6 training curve, and what type of curve I want. So I will say I want a curve which have some heavy start, then it will be a little linear, then again it will be heavy loaded. So in the start, I will load it more. Then a little less loaded for the center of activities. Again, it will be heavily loaded at the end. Overall, you have to complete it total 100%, and this is shows the restricted duration, and this curve value percentage shows how many percentage of resource will be loaded on it. So if I make the curve like this, my resources will be deputed first. It will be loaded, front loaded, then it will be linear for activities per percentage from 25 to 75. It will be linear and less weightage of resources. Then again at the back, it will be highly backloaded. So we can make our own curve as per our requirements, or we can use from the default ones. So this is the purpose of resource curves, and mainly this is used to leveling the resource also. In some activities where I have some trapezoidal curve and same resource is used in other activities. So if and they both activities have same start date and same finish date. So I will give trapezoidal curve to one, that it will have more sources at the center of activity, and this curve like pieces training curve to the other. It will have more sources at start and in the middle, and in the center it will be a little flat out. So overall my resource will level out. So no, as per the exercise, I will assign the curves to the sources. So this is one way to add the curve to the sources. There is some other way also, we will discuss it. So first we will add some resources. Next activity 1020. So this is a way to edit activity by activity. I can assign the sources. So there is also some other ways in, as you know, there are some formulas in Excel or other where you can apply the overall impact to all the activities. So similarly in P6 we has an option which is named as global change. So I will also introduce to it. It is go to tool. In tool there is the option global change. In global change, basically it is something in which you set a logic and you can define it to different activities as per your requirement. So we will add a change here, and we want to have this change on resources. So I will select activity resource assignment from here. So I will give a logic that where our WBS is under, from here I will select a WBS value, that I am saying that where our WBS is under this node, then what will happen? The source ID name is equal to, here we will select our resources from here. So I have defined this formula that if our WBS is this one, then all the activities in it should have these resources. So we can apply the change here. And we will commit changes. It's just change the activity. I think we have to add resources option here. We will again go to global change. Actually in it, if we see that we have the option to change the resources, but not the option to add the new resources. So we have to add it again from that window. But after adding the resources from here, we can select different options. So we can even assign its curve from here. We can change the resource type from here, or resource IDs, and so to assigning the resources, we first have to follow this first procedure only. We cannot add it from global change. So we will just, I will just give you an introduction to this global change. So in global change, basically you define some logics. For example, I just give a logic that where the activity ID is equal to, or it activity ID contains so I gave this that wherever activity ID contain excavation, what he should do, we assign that its calendar is equal to rain calendar. So from here, when we do this, we run this command change. What will happen? It is showing no activity, just so I just gave it another command that where if my WBS under this node, what he do, he change the calendar to rain calendar. I select on this change option. This is the value here. Old value is our work dash 10 hours per day calendar, which we assign it during the exercise. What he says the new calendar will be this one, which we assign it. So we can just commit change and it will apply to every activity. So we have a question in the exercise that in some activities, if we have some activities like from June to August, there are, we will say that activity starts equal to July 1 and finish is equal to 31st of August. So if activity is starting 1st of July and 31st of August, its finish date. So we will assign its calendar rain calendar. So what will happen that it will it will plan the activities for 4 hours per day only and increase its uh, overall duration and its finish date. So we can just make this logic here and press on this change button. So any activity, if from here we will select any of the following, so that if it is shown no activity so far in this duration, so if any activity is coming in this duration, he will change its calendar. So this is the function of global change. In this, you can have a lot of different types of options in it, just like in Excel, where we make a lot of formulas like VLOOKUP or sum if. So similarly here, you can define a lot of logics here. But still, it is very limited that you do not have options available for to have to do every work like this. You cannot assign the relationships from here. Similarly, you can see that we can change the already included resources in it, but we can have add resource option here. We can change our resource curve from here, but we cannot first we have to add it manually from the activity detail bar. So we will move on to our exercise and we will add the resources from here. You all would have noticed, which are working on the first time on P6, that it is a little bit of orthodox software, not like Excel and not a very friendly software, you will say it. So you have to do a lot of work manually and there is a lot of data punching in it. So first I will add some resources here in it. Now I will give them the byted unit. You have the byted unit in your exercise. So for excavation, you have the byted unit for labor resource, byted unit for material quantity resource, byted unit for machine hours, and you have the trapezoidal. You have the curve also assigned for it. It's same curve for all the activities. So we will assign the curve later from global change, and we will just add the resources and we will give their units. So here is a question also comes here, that here in the exercise we have this already given in the table. But what happens in real scenario? How, from where we get this information? So for material, and so basically there is a company's KPIs for every activity and company standard for every activity. For man-hours, every company has its standard that to do the excavation, we need so much man-hours for 1 cubic meter or 1 unit. So from we will have our BOQ with us, that we, for this activity, total excavation is 100 cubic meter. And what is company's unit? It's 0.941 cubic meter. So we will have 90 man-hours for this activity. Similarly, if it is some activity which need the material, for example, it's tank fabrication. So for 1 ton, we need 1.01 ton of material. So it's you will have a BOM for that activity. You can have that quantity from there. And what is machine hours? Similarly, like man hours, every company has KPI for machines, that for this activity, so much machine hours will consume. So 100 cubic meter of excavation will consume 10 machine hours or 15 machine hours, like this. So from there, first we will create all this data from our BOQ, BOM and company's KPI, and we will make a sheet on what will be our resource loading. And then we will load our resources in P6. So by tomorrow, we will be finishing our exercises and our presentations. So after tomorrow, you will all need to submit your P6 schedule also. So you should also complete it with me. And the last 2 days of activities, we will discuss some project schedules, and we will tell you how they are made, what working is we have done to start the schedule, and how we make the schedules, what is their structures. This will be our exercise for last 2 days. So by tomorrow, we will be finishing our project schedule as per exercises. There are some activities which do not need machine hours. So we have 0 machine hours for here, like this motor finishing. There is no machine involved here. So such activities they will be have 0 budgeted units. So you can even remove this resource from here. In exercise, we have given him 0 resource. So what happened in the last activity while adding the sources, I mistakenly added sources in actual column. So what it did, it automatically started the activity. Because when you put actual in the activity, P6 assume that this activity has started. So I will just uncheck it. No, again. So you have to put the sources in budgeted unit column. This is budgeted unit column. So you can see that even we do not have the option of fill down for resources also. As we saw for activity relationship, we cannot even fill down the resources also, but we can also select them by clicking here.
Mr. Umair, I have a question.
Yes, you can ask.
There are many activities in which machine hour budgeted units are 0. So we still need to select it for that activity, or
No, you can, if you have 0 unit, you can delete it also. It will not have any impact on the activity.
that's why I was asking. Thank you.
Like this, in this activity, for this, we have 0 unit for it. So we can
Yes.
remove this resource. We can remove it. It will not impact it. But in exercise, we have add it and give it 0 units. So I have kept it like this. If it has 0 unit, no need to add this resource.
And
Okay.
if we have added and give 0 units, then same is like.
Yeah, it's same. It will have no impact in your resource curve or resource loading. It will have no presence there.
Okay, okay.
Basically, this resource, why we are adding these units and this quantity, we want a resource loading from P6. That he has given us the activities, that this activity is starting from this date and finishing from this date. Now we are saying that this will be the resources for these activities. Now P6 will tell us that what is their loading accordingly for every activity. How much resource it is consuming at which month of for each activity. So if it has 0 unit, it will not show any loading for this resource.
Thank you, Mr. Umair. Nicely explained. Thank you.
So as per exercise, I have added all the resources, and but I have not given the curve while adding their units. So how we will use global change to add the curve here. See, curve option is empty in every resource. So we will go to tool, global change, and we can make a new here, and we will name it as curve assignment. So we will, from here, we will select the top left activity resource assignment. So from here, we are going to select only to navigate sources. So we will leave the first portion empty, and in the second portion we will add one, and curve, we will select curve from here. Curve is equal to trapezoidal. Select, click on change button. So what it is showing that only this activity has a curve assigned. All other activities, they are blank. Old value is blank. There is no curve assigned in the old value. And here is showing the new value. What it will do it if we commit change. If we yes this option, then what will happen for all the activities? These are their resource type, and he will make their curve like this, trapezoidal. So I will ask him to commit change. He's asking whether you need to save a log file it. I will say no. If I need it, I can save it also. So make it okay. Close this one. Now, if you click on any resources, you will see that it has added a curve on it. So by global change, it implies on all the activities which we want. So this was our exercise 13, and we have completed our resource loading as per this exercise. Next is similarly in this exercise, we are also assigning the curve by global change. So same, we have done it. Our next exercise is exercise 14. Now, what is the benefit of doing this exercise? Why we use so much time and we added these resources? So basically, we want some resource loading. And how we can check the resource loading from P6? In this upper bar, there are few tabs for resource loading. One is resource usage spreadsheet and resource usage profile. So we will select on this to see the resource loading in the shape of spreadsheet. From here, you can select the resources. So I first resource was machine hours. So from here, I can see that this is my total machine hours loaded on every month. So if I want to see how many machine hours I am consuming every month, I can see it from here. This will be the machine hours. Similarly, if I want to see on the basis of activities, I can have it here. There was a question, if we have 0 unit, you can say this would be having a 0 unit. So here it is showing no loading against this. Here we have we have added 0 budget units, so there is no loading shown for this. So similarly, this is the resource loading for machine hours. Similarly, we can check our loading. For man hours, these are the man hours. You can assign the filter here. There it is showing all the that I just want to see my project resource only. So it will show you your project source. So this is the man hours which is which I will need to complete my project on the different months. So it is showing that this will be the man hours I will be required to complete my work. Similarly, it can show you the quantity also. So this is the spreadsheet form. In this, you can export this data to Excel and use it in many reports. From this man hours sheet, you can make your S curves, and then after it, even when you have, this is just showing the remaining unit. From here, you can have many options. First is either this is showing in the form of man hours. So I just say that I want to see how many persons I will have 1 month. So I divide it by 260. So this will be my manpower every month. May I will need 7.35, June this one. So I can apply some options from this user preference and spreadsheet options. So if I just want to see the man hours, I can divide them by 2. I want to see manpower, I can divide them by 260 and I can see the manpower. And if I want to see it in the form of some chart or curves, I will, this is the option to see it in the form of histogram resource usage profile. I will click it here and it will show it like this. From here, you can see how you want to see your tables. I will select year per month. Time scale start with project starts. So for every month, he is showing my budgeted unit, and I can select which options to be shown here. I will say I want to see the budgeted and actual unit. So what is it? It's just showing me my budgeted units here. When I will apply the progress in it, it will show the actual unit in blue form, blue bar. So this is yellow line is showing the cumulative also, which you can also say your S curve, that it is the cumulative form, and this is for every month data. So this is your man hours requirement for every month. This is your machine requirement every month, how many machines you need every month. This is your quantity requirements every month. So these are just general resources. We have added 3 resources. If we dig deep into it and we multiply man hours to further its craft, and we, instead of man hours, we added the craft in it, we can know how many supervisors are required in which month. Similarly, for machines, we can divide it into its further machine packages. For example, for excavation, we can upload excavator and dump trucks, and we will know how many excavator is required in the month of May, in the month of June, how many dump trucks will be required for it. So this will not only be this will be planned. When we will be having actual units in it, it will also be showing the actual ones. And when we schedule it, it will show the forecasted one also. So this was required in the July. At the end of June, when we update the progress, the July forecast might change as per our progress. So this is the benefit of adding the resources. And so this is our resources profile as per exercise 14, which we just saw it. So from here you can choose its options. And this is a spreadsheet. In the spreadsheet, you can even copy it. You can copy the data from here, selecting it, and you can paste it on Excel and use it for multiple purpose. For preparing your for example, from this quantity, I can copy it into the Excel form, and then I will make my month-wise material requirement, and I will give it to the procurement department that you should align your material delivery as per this plan. Similarly, from man hours, I can have this man hours, and I can extract it in Excel and give it to the admin or HR department that align yourself with this. In this month, I will need this man hours. This is manpower. Similarly, for machine hours, we can extract the data, give to the relevant department that be ready with these machines for this month. So this is our exercise 13 and 14, in which we have added the resources in our plan, and then I have described you what is their benefits, how we can use it in our project. So any question up to now, you can ask it.
Excuse me, Mr. Umer.
Yes.
I have one question. That is, what's the meaning of the units of the machine hours? I mean, the units of measure. It means cubic meters or something else, or like material or the manpower.
This is
What's
ours.
the unit? But
We
this is hours.
We have hours. We have defined it as hours.
Okay.
Hours.
Okay.
There are some questions in the WeChat. Let me.
For the question yesterday, I want to change the color of this.
Okay.
You can
Okay.
see, yeah, the display. Yeah.
Just we can do it now. I will just show you.
Okay. Thank you.
So you basically these are our summary bars. You want to change their colors.
Yes.
What was your question?
Yes.
So this is the option of group and sort. Here, this is the tab for it. You select, click on it. So here we have our WBS level. So for first level, it is this color. Second level, it is green color. So I want to set for second level another color. I will say this pink like color. Okay, this one. So I will just select it here. Even you can change the font size here from here. What type of font you want to use for this? I will also change the font color also and make it a little different. This one. Okay. I will press OK. Apply. Okay. You see this color has changed. And their font size also changed. Font style also changed.
Okay. I got it. Thank
Similarly,
you.
for the next level, you go to WBS level 3. From here, next level. So like this, you can change. Okay.
Okay. Got it. Thank you so much.
Yes, Mr. Umer.
Yes.
Is there any procedure, because before this you have showed the resource user profile where you show the resources? Yes.
Tell me your question. I cannot understand.
Yes, I am telling. Is there any procedure to where we check our resources are over allocated? I means in the month of July, our man hours or manpower is planned was 100, but we have assigned more manpower or more man hours. So is there any procedure we can check the our manpower is over allocated? We can reduce it.
You see, in every month, we are having the cumulative for our weightage for our resource loading. For example, for every month, it is showing that in May I have 1911 units. In June, I have this units. So these are the our plan units. We can level them up or down into it. As per your question, that over allocation, I just told you that how we calculate these resources. Yesterday, we also discussed this question. You see, we allocated these resources, but there is some basis to these resources. How we calculated these man hours? Normally, what is the practice? How we calculate these man hours? What is your practice? What do you think?
Yes, it's a journal. Every company has KPI of what is how much man hours takes in excavation.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So over allocation also you calculate over allocation from this KPI. Over allocation unit will also be the company KPI. Is it like this? How you will calculate the over allocation? You if you are exceeding your
No,
company's
no, I am
KPI.
saying, no, I am saying, we have assigned these man hours. Okay. If I have planned parallel activities of, I have 4 or 5 buildings. I have planned 3 to 4 buildings parallelly. But when we assign the resources, its limits exceed man hour, manpower or man hour. What you say? So manpower limits exceeds. So how we check, or is there any procedure our manpower is over allocated, or
Uh, okay.
can
You
we?
basically you want to set the upper bar to that for 1 month it should not allocate more than this resource, and if it is exceeding more than it should increase the due. So basically, we discuss there is a leveling activity in P6. So while doing the leveling, you can even assign it from there. That what should be the maximum level of resources. There is a resource leveling activity. Here, there is also some priorities from which you can set it that how it should level the schedule. You can add the activity leveling priority in your activities that first it will work on these 2 3 buildings. Similarly, there is an option in it in which you can assign the maximum resource assignment. So it will assign it while and then you run the level command. So it will make some activities start delay or earlier as per their resource availability, keeping in your mind your upper limit. So you can have it from this leveling option.
Okay, thank you.
So this is a way in which you can do it from P6. Other is our other way is a manual way. So if you have this activity exceeding your maximum limit, that you have a limit in your project that you cannot have a manpower more than 100 for a month. So what happened? You can go to another activity, which is this one. You go to activity table, go to resource, change its resource type to backloaded or front loaded like this, so that your over cumulative amount of man hours in that month decreases. So this is a practice we also use. said that we change the curve. This is a way. This is a thing where we need to change the curves. We have to while leveling the resources. For example, in this month, I am saying that 1900 is too much manpower for me to arrange their accommodation or any other things. So I can do another thing that for some other activities, I can make it backloaded. So what will happen if I make this activity backloaded? Currently, I have 1900 man hours plan in this month. So I go to activity detail and go to resources. I change its manpower resource. It's loading as backloaded. It did not impact the load on by changing it backloaded. We change it to another activity. We assign it P6 training curve, okay? And I modify it as per our requirement. That we want this to be backloaded. We go to modify. So what I have done, I have made it extremely backloaded curve. Schedule it once. So I think it was some other activity we were changing. Now we go and see what is its impact. So it has impacted adversely. And we have no more manpower planned in this one. So like this, we can change, assign different curves on it also to do it manually. So you have to work deeply on it, and you can change your manpower loading in different months by changing the activity curves also. And other option is you can do it from leveling. In leveling, you can assign the maximum limit to it, and remaining it, the P6 will move to the next month. Okay, any other question?
Thank you. No more from my side.
Hamza, you are asking that what is the primary resource, like you have checked on man hours here. These are our primary sources which we have added here. Man hours, machines, and quantities, they are our primary sources.
No, but out of these three resources, you have just checked on the man hours option. Like when you were assigning the curves, there was one option here.
No, we have assigned the curves to all the sources.
Can you just expand this window? Yeah, this tick mark. So
if you see
why
it,
this is ticked only on the man hours option.
Okay, you are asking about this tab.
Yeah.
So basically, these three are the resources of this project. In this, one is mentioned as primary resources. In man hours, it is given it as a primary resources man hours, and second is machine hours. Third is quantity.
Mhm.
So there is no difference in it. Basically, no impact of it of checking this column.
Okay, so can we check anyone as primary resource?
Basically, primary source only it takes the labeled source as primary source.
Okay. And I have another question. What does this budgeted units in quantity mean? Like if you have excavation activity, so does that mean that you have excavated this much meter cube of material?
In quantity, yes, it's BOQ basically.
Okay.
It's your BOQ. We have mentioned it quantity, it's BOQ. Let me confirm from exercise what we have defined it in exercise. Yes, we have defined it quantity.
Okay.
So quantity means it's BOQ.
Okay, got it.
This whole working is called resource loading. Yes, this is resource loading. So, okay, please complete all your exercises up to this, and tomorrow we will try to finish our exercises, and there are some only 2-4 pages remaining from the presentation. We will discuss them, and from day after tomorrow we'll start working, and we'll look for some real projects, practical projects, and I will define you, and then we can answer some questions, and we will look into the bigger pictures, that how these bases are used in bigger pictures in practical life, how we are going to use them. So that's all for tonight. See you all tomorrow.
See you. Thank you, Mr. Omer. Thank you.